Hello and welcome to a new video on the HKCM Global channel. My name is Philip. Today we're going to be looking at the stock of UnitedHealth, a company that has been in the news in the past months for not so much their business case as for their CEO being murdered on the December 4th in New York City by an assailant in front of a hotel. And yeah, ever since the stock has been dropping, but has this been the cause of the drop, or are there other contributing factors? This is the question that I'm going to be answering today in this video. So we're going to go in and we're going to dive right into the charts here, and we're going to take a look at what is happening to the stock. Where are we heading? Are we already at the bottom of things, or is there more corrective action to come in the next few weeks and months? As I already mentioned, just to take a quick recap, Brian Thompson, he used to be the former CEO of UnitedHealth. Just brought up an article, a recent article on the topic from the BBC website here. As mentioned, he was shot on December 4th by an assailant in New York City and died in the cause. A very unfortunate accident, or unfortunate event, of course. And the stock has ever since been pretty much in demise, but looking at the chart, we have for quite some time before already been expecting that UnitedHealth, the stock, is going to be heading into a larger long-term overall correction, because we are expecting the stock to have completed its overall wave 1 cycle. So basically it's for now it's finished, it's completed. On a large time frame, it's completed all the 5 waves we wanted to see, completing wave 1, and now we're going to see a very prolonged and also in terms of price action, of course, very deep correction in wave 2. And this is what we are currently seeing, and especially in the last few days, the stock has lost another significant amount of market share. We've dropped significantly for a couple of days. At the moment, we're seeing a small recovery. We're going to be looking at that, of course, as well here. But let's go back in time a bit. So we have already started to short the stock in November of 22. We were expecting, so basically 2 years before the incident with Brian Thompson being shot occurred, we were already expecting the stock to have probably been topped out, and we are still expecting the levels that we reached back in November 22 to be the real highs in the stock. So everything else that came after that is our expectancy that this was just a B wave, and we are currently seeing wave C of the wave 2 to complete the correction. Let's take a look at the chart also in perspective to when Brian Thompson was murdered here. We can see this was around December 4th, and then with December 5th, the stock started its current drop. We had a small recovery here, and we're going to take a look at this in detail on the smaller time frame chart. And now, in the last, since basically beginning mid of April, the stock has lost significant amount of market share. We have dropped percentage-wise from this top to the bottom that we've seen in the last few days. We lost around 58%, which is a significant drop considering UnitedHealth is not a let's say new age tech stock. It is a classic blue chip health insurance company. It's a value stock. So for something like this to lose that much market share within a short time span is quite unusual, especially with the speed it's been doing this. As mentioned, let's look at the move to the downside in detail here that we've now seen since basically since November 24. So we are expecting that this move here to the downside completed a wave 1, then we've seen the wave 2 recover here, and now we have completed wave 3, and we are currently expecting this to be wave 4. So the significant levels now for the next days and weeks are going to be $437.70. As long as we are holding below this level, we are expecting the correction to basically complete in one go, let's call it this. So we are expecting direct final move into our target zone, which is currently still quite large. We are going to see how things unfold now with wave 5. If the scenario is going to unfold as we are expecting now, then within wave 5 we are going to be projecting a more narrow target zone, because of course currently between 213 and 63 it is too large, but this is possibly the corridor that the stock can head. And now we have to see, okay, how is the final leg to the downside unfolding? How how is wave 5 going to unfold, and then we're going to be making a more precise projection here for the final targets of overall wave C of wave 2. Should the case occur that we are going to be seeing a rise here above the 437 level, then we would have to expect of this low just being the A wave of the overall correction, then the B wave would unfold. We could see another significant rise to the upside before further downside would occur. Would this be something that would be out of the ordinary here? Absolutely not, because let's just remind ourselves we are expecting the stock, and it's not a company that's been just around for 2 years. So the stock goes back to the mid 80s. So basically the correction we are seeing here is still very, very short in terms of its timely perspective. So it wouldn't be unusual for this to be the case that we are just seeing wave A, wave B, and then a C wave much further down the road to occur. This would be completely in line with our expectation, also within the time frames, because we are correcting a 40-year move basically. So this is something that usually doesn't occur within such a short time span, but it can. So this is why we are expecting, or why we are also planning on buying once it reaches our targets. We are of course going to be buying into that stock, and we are also probably considering to buy into the stock if the 437 level would be broken to trade the move here to the upside. But this has to be seen. If wave B unfolds, this would also be another very, very attractive short possibility to come in the next weeks and months. But for now, our primary expectation is clearly wave 4 unfolding at the moment, and then the final leg down in wave 5 to complete the overall wave 2. This could be something that could easily occur within the year or early of 26. As always, let's also take a look at the indicator charts. Of course, we're seeing that if we're going down on the shorter time frames, I think anything below the daily doesn't make much sense here at the moment. We are seeing the stock has been oversold on the RSI. Currently, we are losing negative momentum on the daily. MACD is trying to cross up. The lows have not yet formed any form of divergence, not even on the daily charts. So this is also leading me to be expecting that this is not the final low here. So best case would be it's just the A wave. We're seeing a prolonged B wave rise and then another leg down. So no divergences on the daily. Moving out, going on to the weekly chart, RSI is already in oversold territory, but we've already seen it being oversold here in around April of 24. Didn't move much, to be honest, because we're going to see that once we move to the monthly, that the overall trend in the stock has been clearly to the downside. So weekly would be something, if we are seeing negative momentum being reduced here, this could be something to fuel the B wave if our alternative would be triggered. But at the moment, also here, same story, no divergences on the MACD, no divergences on the RSI. We are still clearly on the short signal here. So nothing to be expected that the final low has already been formed. Same story on the 2-week. We are not even on the oversold level here on the 2-week, still building negative momentum, MACD coming down, short signal. So everything points to the downside, and the story continues once we move out to the monthly as well. The monthly also interesting to see here, because we can clearly see that this high we formed, if we go back to the overall chart here, so it's clearer. So this is where we expect the real high to have formed of wave 1, and this just being a B wave high. This is also reflected by the monthly indicator chart here. Taking a look at the MACD, we can see around here in 22, this is where the MACD topped out. It came down, it came back up, but it didn't reach a new high. We reached a new high in terms of price on the stock, but we haven't reached a new high in the indicators on the MACD or on the RSI, and ever since the stock has been dropping hard to the downside, building negative momentum, coming straight down. It's on the short signal, so nothing here at the moment signaling that the downtrend for UnitedHealth is over here on the monthly. So this is also why I'm definitely considering this correction to continue, at least with the next drop in our wave 5 here to the downside, and either we are completing the correction finally, or maybe even it would even be possible that wave A could just complete with this move. Okay, then I wouldn't be expecting it to move to the 70.86 retracement, but for example, if we can hold within wave 5, if we can hold the 61.8 retracement, this could also still be the alternative A A wave, and then we could see another rise in the B wave and another sell-off. So there's still many possibilities out there. Yeah. Nevertheless, the next low we are going to be seeing here in UnitedHealth will definitely, under all circumstances, be a very big buying opportunity. Even if it should turn out at a later point in time that this was just the A wave and we're seeing a B wave rise, there will be so much potential. We can just make a simple calculation here. If we are dropping to 213, for example, and this is not the final bottom, it's just the A wave, for example, we could still see the stock almost triple in price afterwards, because we could expect levels around 484, 520 to be reached, or even see another overshoot, which wouldn't be too likely, but 484, 520 would absolutely be in the cards here for UnitedHealth then to come back up to those levels before a further decline would unfold. So for me, the next low is clearly a buying opportunity in UnitedHealth. I think the stock is highly attractive at this price, and this could come very soon, depending on how much time wave 4 will now take. As we know, waves of the 4th degree, they can also basically produce their corrective action over time, as not so much over the price. So this can take quite a few months to unfold before we see the further decline. This is something it's not in our hands, and we can only make projections in terms of price here, but this is something I'm currently eyeing here for. And as said, once we are seeing the next low being formed, I'm definitely in for a buy here on UnitedHealth. Maybe I'm going to even risk another short trade, so this would be the 386, 428 area that I'm looking at here for wave 4 to come back up to. Would also be still, in terms of potential to the downside, be an attractive short trade, because then I'm at least expecting the 213 level to be reached afterwards. Yeah, this is my expectation on UnitedHealth. Interesting stock. I've also been asked many questions about that in the past days, because a lot of people were already at around 300 expecting the stock to be a good buy. Let me just say, be careful out there. Currently, I'm expecting this to be a 4th wave, so there will be another sell-off. This is what I have to expect right now. So if you're longing the stock at the moment, if you are in a long position, watch out, place your stops, take off some profits, maybe a little earlier than you usually would, just to make sure. And then the next low will be a big buying opportunity in UnitedHealth, and I'm expecting this to happen within the year, as said, or maybe early of 26, to then see a lasting bottom here in UnitedHealth and a clear buying opportunity. Thanks as always for watching. If you liked the video, please subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. It's highly appreciated, helping others to see the videos, because the algo will pick us up. And leave a like. Don't forget the notification bell. And if you are interested in not just seeing it once it happened here on the YouTube channel, subscribe to our subscription service on hkcmglobal.com. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.